What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be running you through what I do for my fingers, my wrist work, because I get a lot of compliments saying that that's my greatest strength is my wrist, my fingers. It's hard to top roll me, so I figured I'd show you guys what I do for my hand and wrist, because I think it's honestly the most important part of arm wrestling. You know, it's the point of contact. Hand control is key. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Nice. Got a couple reps in there. Just a little. As soon as you get that little bend, that's a rep. You know, you get any movement, you pretty much got it, right? Arm wrestling is just based off of just so many micro movements can change the match. All right. I don't think the left's gonna get anywhere near this, but I'm still gonna try. Oh! Yeah, I can't bend at all the wrist on the left, but still gonna just try and hold. Yeah. So that's a good place to stay right there. So I'll do that for around 4 to 5 sets. I'm not gonna film them and just show them to you, obviously, because you already know. Just I'm here to show them what I do. So this is one exercise, and I'll see you in the next one. Just roll and handle. I kind of have a makeshift one here. It's a C handle with a fat grip on it, because we did a grip which was super open, like so. I'm doing another angle where my hand is a little bit more closed in, like this. Alright. We've got the same weight on here, 45, and because this lift is easier, right, don't need as much warm up. As you can tell, you know, a lot easier than the multi-spinner that what we were doing before, where I could barely get 3 reps, and this is definitely a lot simpler. Nice. Just like so. Left arm is a little different. Now, since we were doing our multi-spinner wrist curls with a more pronated position, when I'm doing this exercise, I'm more in a supinated position, like so. Gotta hit all the angles. I will rotate between not using my thumb on this exercise and using my thumb on this exercise. Like I said, it's all about hitting all the angles. Got to hit all the angles. You don't want any weak spots. So now that we did 2 of our wrist exercises coming across from us, we now have a downward kind of pressure that we want to apply now. Like I said, it's all about hitting all those different angles, and I will throw in some side pressure in there with some back pressure, but mostly focusing on the wrist. And again, we want good quality reps all the way straight like you would in a match to all the way flex. My wrist honestly isn't that flexible. It goes to about there. That's about it. Alright. Once again, we will also do reps and curls from this pronated position, like so, like we're doing a top roll, and then a little bit more supinated, like a hook position. And then, like I said, throw in a little side pressure, like you're pinning someone. Now, you obviously don't need an arm wrestling table like this in order to do these exercises. You could do it mid-air. Works almost the same, not quite as accurate, but this definitely does help. Alright guys, so the last couple exercises to strengthen our hand were based off of our wrist, our cupping motion, our wrist flexion. Now we're going to be working on the containment and strength of our finger flexion now specifically. So I've got the finger force handle here, and essentially what I'll do is I'll start with my fingers like I am in a match, like so, and I will just hold, hit, and do some back pressure movements like so. Just a little warm up. You will have to readjust the grip on this because it's quite difficult. Whew. Yep. All right. Left arm time. Come on, hold. Yeah, that's toast. So that's essentially what I'll do. Just grab that handle, hold it down like so. Back pressure movements. Really focusing on that containment pressure. That finger force handle. Alright. I've got one more handle after this. I'll show you guys that, and then that should be it. Alright everyone, we're on our last movement here. So because of all of our other movements, we were going extremely heavy, relatively heavy, really wanting to build strength. On my last exercise, I like to go a little bit lighter. That way you get the best of both worlds. You get your building blocks, your meat and potatoes, your strength building, and then on the last exercise, I like to go for the high reps, for the endurance, and just for the health and recovery work. And so, yeah, that's what I do pretty much every single day to build my wrist. Hopefully this helped. If you learned something new, try it out. Thanks for tuning into the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.